and welcome to my review of Una. Una is directed by first-timer Benedict Andrews, stars Rooney Mara and Ben Mendelsohn. First of all, this movie is insanely dark. The subject matter alone is definitely one that is hard to digest, and I'm about 2 hours from seeing the movie and I'm still digesting it. It's probably going to stay with me for a few days. I'm going to talk to you about, first of all, the good points, which is the cast. The cast did such a phenomenal job with the dialogue that they were given. I really believe the character's plight, and it's a very brave film from a subject matter standpoint, and it is very, very hard to get through. And the fact that Ben Mendelsohn actually chose it to begin with was very, very brave, because I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to watch Ben Mendelsohn again without thinking of this film. Rooney Mara does a fantastic job, and a really empathetic role, but has a lot of... I can't say too much without giving it away. Riz Ahmed, though, that's where I'm going to start off with the issues of the film. Riz Ahmed is in the movie, and he plays a supporting character, but they pretty much just used him as a plot device. So I just don't really see why you would select Riz Ahmed for a role if you weren't going to completely utilize Riz Ahmed and what Riz Ahmed can actually do. So the subject matter. Once again, it's very brave, and the fact that they even got investors for this film says a lot about the finesse of the producer. But speaking of finesse, they really dropped the ball from a technical standpoint of this film. The directing was just visionless, and you could tell that the director came from a theatre background, because this film is actually based on a theatre production. But it reminds me of Fences in the way that Fences came out last year and was directed by Denzel Washington, and you really had to think as to why you would adapt a story from stage to screen if you weren't going to completely utilise the cinematic features of what a cinema does. When you do have a theatre production, there's certain things that you can't utilize, like flashbacks, for example. And the way that they did use flashbacks in the film didn't really do much to advance the story. Instead, they actually did the complete opposite. What would happen, you would have a scene of Ben Mendelsohn and Rooney Mara's character talking, and a lot of tension would have been created, and then they would cut straight to a flashback, which has nothing to do with the scene that they were just performing. So, and then they would come back to the scene after the flashback, but what they've done is they've castrated any chance of the tension to be resolved. So the whole movie felt quite uncomfortable in that aspect. And once again, that comes down to the technical issues of this movie, which is it doesn't really have any scope, any vision, and you really had to wonder as to the ethical dilemma of the film and why you would make it for the cinema if you're not going to completely utilize it correctly. I really don't recommend the movie. I think that if it wasn't for the fact that I was in a cinema, I would have left. Not just because of how dark the subject matter was, but also because of the wide variety of technical issues that they had in the movie. I really hope that the director doesn't work again, because of a lot of the issues were mainly caused from lack of attention to detail, and all in all, the movie didn't pay off from a script standpoint. So that's my review of Una. I'm not going to worry about rating it, because a lot of things can be said for the feeling that you have after the film in terms of what the film does explore, but also just how bad the technical issues of the film were. Just a quick shout out to the character who plays a younger version of Rooney Mara. She was fantastic. I hope to see her get more work from this, even though I feel as though a lot of people who have seen it probably wouldn't be able to picture her in anything else from the movie. But she did a really great job of displaying this wise beyond her years role, and once again, that subject matter. So that's my review of Una. Have you seen it? Please let me know in the comments down below if you like this review and want to see more. Please click here to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye.